I've been selling this product on Amazon for over 1.5 years now, and recently I started a Shopify store for that exact product, and it's been doing pretty well. I've been figuring out as I go, and I wanted to make this video here to share with you how I created this Shopify store, give you a step-by-step walkthrough of what I did, and to hopefully help you out, especially coming from a beginner perspective. So we'll do the Shopify tutorial, and then at the end of the video, I'll talk about how I set up my store in a way so that Amazon fulfills the orders that come to Shopify, which means that if a customer buys my product from my store on Shopify, Amazon almost automatically sends them the product from their own warehouse, which means I'm not doing any extra work whatsoever. So in the next video that I'll be posting on this channel, I'll be sharing with you guys my experience with how I got a couple $1,000s in sales on Shopify for free, which means without paying for any ads. It's something that you can easily try for yourself as well. So if you want to see that video, make sure to subscribe and click on the bell to get notified when I post it. So let's get right into it. Like I said, I want to share with you how I did it for myself. So the first thing that I personally did was I learned the process, obviously. I didn't know anything about selling on Shopify, building a Shopify store, building a website in general. So I learned from a lot of YouTube videos, a bunch of courses, and I can recommend to you guys these channels right here. So for example, this channel is called Viram Ecom. They're very good. I learned a lot from them, especially this video right here. Which one? This one right here. Gabriel Saint Germain is another channel that I learned a lot from. He seems to be very honest, which is what I'm looking for. And Ezra Firestone is a very famous marketer who owns this brand right here, which is massive. He does a lot of millions every year from this brand. So I learned a lot from him as well. He has a bunch of courses. You can check them out if you want. And finally, Unstoppable FBA on Facebook. It's a Facebook group by Stephen Black, who you might have seen on this channel before. But if you want a more detailed explanation of where I learned all this stuff, more than this, and more about my experience with Shopify, I just posted a video about that. So I'll link it in the description below if you want to check it out after this video. But yeah, first step is I figured out, or I learned what to do or where to start. And then the second thing that I did was really based off of this video right here, which was before starting my Shopify store. And this is kind of like a recap of this video. The first thing I did, which I learned from them, is market research. I tried to understand what other Shopify stores in my niche for my product look like, what my customers look for in a store, what are the problems that our products are solving, because you might be excited about your features, the features of your product, but maybe customers are more interested in some other specific feature that's more helpful for them. So figuring out how the customers look at the website and what they look for is the first thing that I did. So let's do that here. I'm going to show you how I did it. Let me close these. So I'm going to assume that you're selling on Amazon, all right? And I'm going to assume, let's say, a very typical FBA product is wooden cutting board, okay? So what I want to do is, if I was selling this, let's assume you're selling this product. What I did for my product, and what you probably should do, is first of all, go to Amazon and then find your top competitors. If you're already selling on Amazon, you probably know who your top competitors are. But if you don't, just search the keywords and then see who's ranking the highest. Skip the sponsored ads, and then you can look at the rank right here. So 297, that means they're doing very well. 52, they're doing even better. And they have the most reviews, so they must be doing something right. They're a pretty big competitor in the market. So what I want to see now is who has a Shopify store, so that I can basically learn from them, see why they did what they did, and copy them. Just do something similar to them. Well, not copy, just learn what works and do something similar. So I found this competitor. Let's look up the brand name, Royal Craft Wood, search it right here, and see the first thing that you see is the website, right? So they have a Shopify store. Now, if they didn't, I would just look at another competitor and try to find if they have a Shopify store. We can take it one step further. Actually, let me just show you one cool thing. So Facebook, Royal Craft Wood. If you really want to see if they're doing anything with that store, because they might have it and just not do anything with it, you can go to their page on Facebook and then scroll down to page transparency, click on see more. And basically what I'm trying to do is see if they're running any ads. Because if they're running ads, we can see if they're running them to Shopify or to Amazon, or just what kind of ads in general. So see, looks like they're running ads. which is a pretty good sign to tell us that, okay, these people know what they're doing. They're not gonna spend all this money and not make any sales. So their Shopify must be converting, right? The other reason that I did this for my own products was to also understand what kind of wording they use to connect with their customers. What is the language that we need to be speaking? What are some key terms? So if you go through them, you understand how to talk to your customers, which is what you basically want to do when you're building your Shopify store. So after I educated myself on the topic of Shopify in general, and after I did some market research and some just audience research with how I showed you with the competitors, what I did then was I just built the most basic Shopify store I could ever build just to get something going. And then later I slowly improved it. So what I want to do now is show you how we can recreate this website, which, as I said, they must be doing something right. So it's not the worst idea to start here. So it looks like they have a main page right here, the home. They have a shop page where they have their products. They're in two categories, kitchen and bathroom. They have an about page, a blog, a product testing program, which is probably how they launch their products or how they get reviews, a rewards club, which is probably the same thing, and then a contact us page. So I'll show you now how to build all of this. Well, not all of it, most of it, just enough to get you going so that you can start your store and then start working from there. The first thing that you'll do is you go to Shopify and start a 90-day free trial. It used to be 14 days, but because of the current situation, they extended it to 90, which is very generous of them. I have a link in the description if you want to use it. It's my affiliate link, so if you do, I'll get a referral commission and then you get the 90 days free. So if you use that link, thank you so much. It's very helpful for the channel. It'll be in the description below. If you're watching this in the future, they probably are going to end this soon. So it'll be a 14-day free trial instead. So make sure to get it soon before this ends. So let me put just this fake email right here. Start free trial. Store name, we're going to call it Bamboo. Damn, one. And then you'll fill up these right here. I'm just playing around. Well, you'll put whatever you have. I'm selling, just not online. No, you're probably selling with a different system. And then we are in, I want to put others next. Fill in your information right here. And that's pretty much it. Now you have a 90-day free trial. And the first thing we're gonna do is start with adding the products. So if you've never used Shopify, usually you add your products, and then when you design your store, you add your products right here. And then later when you design the store, you import the products into the store. So let's add a product right here. And let's find that product that we found here on the website so that we can copy it. So it's in kitchen, bamboo right here. So as you can see, this is what it looks like, their store compared to Amazon. What I personally noticed is a lot of stores, if not most of them, their titles are not as big as Amazon titles. And that's probably because on Amazon, it's very important to rank for all these keywords. So they're trying to rank for best kitchen chopping board, for example. They're trying to rank for antimicrobial heavy duty. So all these keywords are important to have, but as you can see, it's ugly. When you're on Shopify, customers are landing on your store and they already know sort of what to expect because they saw an ad somewhere and they don't need to know more than this. So we'll start by copying the title and putting it here. You'll put your own title. The description, a lot of them that I've seen are very similar to the Amazon description. You write your description right here. You can change things, you can make things bold, you can do all this fun stuff right here. You can even add images and add videos. But for now, we'll keep it simple. Honestly, that's what I did at the beginning. When I started my store, I kept things very simple just to start testing and then start changing as I go to see what works and what doesn't work. And to be honest with you, with the simplest store ever, which looked a bit like this, I got a few sales. People were landing on the store, they were convinced to buy from the store, and they trusted it. So you just have to start somewhere. Next, you'll add your images right here. So I just saved all the images that they had and I imported them right here. And then the pricing. So you have the price and then you have the compare at price. So the price on Amazon is $27.96 and the price right here is $27.99. A lot of people ask me if I have the same pricing on the store and on Amazon. I've tested multiple things. I've tested having the website more expensive than Amazon. I've tested having the same price. The only thing that I've heard and that I don't know if it's true or not, I haven't seen any evidence, but apparently it's something that people talk about a lot in the Amazon niche. So maybe ask it in the Facebook group. But I've heard people say that if your product on your website is cheaper than on Amazon, Amazon, so basically if Amazon's price is more expensive, Amazon might punish you and you might lose some ranking on Amazon, because Amazon wants to have the cheapest pricing out there, and apparently they can find, or allegedly they can find out that there's somewhere else another product that's the same exact one that's cheaper. Again, that's something that I've heard of. I just wanted to mention it so that you can do your own research and not just decrease the price without knowing this. And if you want to ask it in my Facebook group, there's a link in the description, or it's called the Brax Amazon FBA group on Facebook. I'm sure someone can help you in there. So the price is $27.99, and then compare at, that's if you have a higher price that you want to compare at. So then it says 35, and then there's a line over it, and then it says $27.99. Cost per item, you don't have to do that now. Charge tax, it's up to you depending on where you live and where you're selling. SKU is something that you name your product internally just for you to keep track of everything. So maybe it's like bamboo, 3 boards. If you're already selling on Amazon, you probably created a SKU or you named your product something. Just name it the same thing to avoid confusion. At the end, later when you connect Amazon to Shopify so that Amazon fulfills your order, this right here is going to change just a tiny bit, but for now this is good enough. Quantity available, we're going to leave it at 0 because again, once you connect Amazon, it's going to look at your inventory at Amazon and then it's going to automatically say how much you have available at Amazon, which is cool because when you run out of stock at Amazon, it's going to stop selling here. Then you put the weight of the product, whatever it is, let's say 100 grams. And that's all I did. Save right here. And let's preview to see what it looks like. And there you go. That's what it looks like. Just a few minutes ago, you had no idea how to build a website, and now you have a functioning website. Well, almost. You see how the pricing is right here. So it's comparing 27 and 35. It used to be 35 and now it's 27, which it looks like it's at a discount. It says it's sold out, but when you connect with Amazon and you have stock at Amazon, it won't say sold out. So like I said before, we start by adding our products. Let's say we only have one product now. And then the next thing we do is we go to online store and we edit the design. I personally started with this template theme that they have already. You can buy another theme. It's obviously better to buy better themes. The free ones are not as good, but they're still good enough. Like I said, I got a bunch of sales with just the basic stuff. So you'd go here and then click on customize. So let's see what their website looks like. The first page right here, it's pretty basic. It's just a big image with a big title and not a lot of words. And then you scroll down. There's a few logos here to build trust with the customer. And then a bit more trust building over here. You see someone's face. This is automatically more trustworthy because you're like, oh, there's a person behind this. And then there's someone quoting something here. And then there's the products, which I honestly find is weird. They should probably show a lot more products, but we'll figure it out. Then they have this email right here where they try to collect your information, and then they show you a few articles from their blog. Starting out from scratch, you might not need a blog. It's very good to have one. If you want to do it from the start, that's perfect, but I did not start with one just because I didn't want to overwhelm myself. And then at the end, there's just the footer. So I'll show you how to build that in a second. So let's try to build the same exact thing right here. First thing you're going to do is go to header, and this is this part right here. So the logo, just add your logo. You upload it, and then you select it and click select, and that's it right here. You can modify how big you want it to be. It doesn't need to be that big, not at all. And just big enough to show and to have this bar right here. And then you're gonna have the menu, which has home and catalog. Now later we're gonna add the blog and all this fun stuff right here. And then you can edit this menu by clicking edit menu. But for now, this is good enough. Announcement bar, that's what shows up right here, okay? And then what I've personally done is I use this bar right here to tell customers that if they don't live in the US, they can't buy from the store, but they can still buy from Amazon. Because I haven't mentioned it yet, but this is very important. If you're fulfilling with Amazon, if you're doing the multi-channel fulfillment thing for Shopify, Amazon can only do that within the US or within whatever country that you're doing it in. They won't ship it internationally. So your Shopify store, for now, is limited to only selling to US customers or whatever your country is, where the Amazon warehouse is held and where you're doing the fulfillment. But if someone lands on your store and is not from the US, if they buy from Amazon and they pay customs, Amazon can probably ship it if you have global shipping turned on. So right here, I put something like not in the US, click here to buy on Amazon, and then you just get your Amazon link and you put it right here. You can put the product or you can put the store depending on what you have. We'll change the color of this to match the branding. So let's see what's their colors. This, I have this Chrome extension that can detect the color, which is pretty cool. And then go here, and that's it. So now we have the same branding, same as the logo. And then you can either keep it only on the home page or show on every page. I'm gonna show on every page just in case someone gets to the end and then they're like, oh, it doesn't ship to Cambodia. Let's buy on Amazon. Maybe they ship on to Cambodia. Theme settings right here, that's where you add links. So let's see, they probably have Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. So I just copied their links and put them here, and then they'll show up at the bottom right here. So, there we go. So Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Put your own for the brand. Let's save and move on. So the template comes with these by default, and you can move anything and delete anything that you want. But basically each one of those is like a block, all right? So the image with text overlay is this one, which is what we're gonna work on next. And then there's all of these right here, which we don't need all of them. We'll remove a bunch of them. And then finally you can add sections. So you go here and then you add whatever section you want to add. And then if you add any apps later, I'll show you how to add them here. So we click on it and then it takes us here, and that's what we're working on now. Select an image. I downloaded their image. Again, you just upload it, select it, and there you go. We'll keep it in the middle. Layout full or fixed. We'll keep it at full. And then the section large or extra large. It looks like they have it at extra large, so we'll do that. Text size large, that's good. So insert the text. So it's very simple. They just got a stock photo of someone doing something related to woodwork. And they kept this very simple as well, just to convey a message of experience and of premium feel and words that relate to this audience. The last thing you see here is button label, which is a button that would show up right here. They don't have one, but I would probably recommend it. So something like shop now, and then you click right here and then you find either the product that you want to put or the collection. A collection is basically like a category. So if you click on products, you'll see all products or the one that we had before. So I'm gonna put all products. So now shop now, if you click that, it'll take you to the products. By the way, from right here, you can navigate to any of the pages that you want to edit. We're still on the home page. So as you can see, the color of the button is black and it's not matching the branding. So what we can do is you go to theme settings right here, colors, and buttons right here, primary. Let me find the one that we recently selected. And then there you go, it matches. And as you can see, there's a lot of other things that you can change. You can just go in here, have a lot of fun, and just keep everything homogeneous. So we're done with this part right here. Let's see what was next. So now they have a bunch of logos and a bunch of text. With this current theme, it's not easy to add the text, or I haven't figured it out at least, but I can show you how to add the logos. So we go here, add section, and then let's look for logo list right here, and that's it, add. So now we add an image for each logo. You can add a link so that if someone clicks on the logo, it takes them somewhere, but we don't need that here. So you can leave it empty and then nothing happens. So that's what it looks like. And then it says logo list. Make sure to change that to whatever you want to change it, or delete it so that it stays blank. And then now it's at the bottom. All you have to do is go back, grab it, and then move it just under this image. So now it's this and then this. It looks okay. You can make it look better if you spend a bit more time on it, but I just want to show you all the things that you can do and all the basic things that you need to have to start. This, you don't need to have it, but it's good to add something to gain the trust of the customer, and that's what this is for. Obviously make it look a bit more comprehensible. By the way, let me know in the comments if you have any questions at all. This is my first time doing a video like this, so I wasn't sure what to show you and what not to show you. So whatever you need help with, let me know in the comments and I'll make another video about it. And while you're there, make sure to hit the thumbs up if you're enjoying this video. So the next thing is this image right here with a bunch of text. I'm just going to show you how to do that just in case you want to do it as well. So it's not image with text. You can tell from here. So image with text overlay. Let's first move it up here and then go in here, select the image. Again, I downloaded their images, select it right here. The only thing about this theme is that the text is stuck right here. You can honestly change anything with some HTML, with some coding. And if you don't know anything about that, you can easily go to Shopify's community forums and look up a question, something like how to move text to the left, and then make sure to add the theme name, so on debut theme. And if that question doesn't already exist, you can ask your own, and then someone will actually send you a code to put it there to move this to the left. But for now, we'll keep it here, and then now you know how to fix it. So image alignment middle, layout full, medium, large is too big. Yeah, let's keep it at medium. Heading is whatever they had. And then the text is also whatever they had under the heading. Again, you can add a button right here, but for now, I don't think we need one here. So just save and move on. Next thing we have is the products that they're selling, finally. So this would be featured collection. Let me move it up here. Again, if you don't have it here, just add sections and then find it. So we click on it and then it says featured collection here. You don't need to keep it. If you want to have a title, you change that from here. If you don't, again, you just delete it, move on, and then select collection, homepage, and then this is the product that we have. If you had multiple products under that collection, they will show up 1, 2, 3 right next to each other. You can change how many products per row you want. So if it was 3 products, this would look bigger. If it was only 2 products, obviously it would look even bigger. So let's put it at 3 and then assume that we have 2 other products next to it. You can have 2 rows or 1 row. Show product vendors, that just means that they put the brand name. And if you are selling one brand on that store, you don't really need this because all the products are under the same brand. And then show view all button right here. That's if you want to show all the products if you have more than what you're showing here. So they have it. I'm going to keep it just for fun. Next part is this email collection right here. We have it at the bottom. I'm just going to leave it there honestly because for now, I personally don't have a strategy for this yet. I'm just keeping it very basic. Once I have a bit more time and I can start testing things, I might test putting it in the middle or putting it at the bottom. But anyways, this main page right here, not a lot of people are seeing it or are spending a lot of time on it. When you're sending traffic from Facebook, when you're running ads from Facebook or Google, most of the time, the ad, when you click on it, it takes you here, not here. So it takes you to the product. And that's why I'd rather spend more time on the product than on the main page. But then people still see this. That's why you need to keep it professional and make it look good. But the selling point is really this page right here. So then there's a bunch of more logos. You know how to do that now. And then there's the blog, which we'll do later maybe. And then finally, there's the footer right here. Let me first delete all these right here. So you can just go inside, remove section, and then do that for all the sections that you don't want. One thing I would keep is definitely the testimonials right here, especially on the main page, because these are a bit more general about the brand. And then you can put what people say about you. You just click here, and then for each testimonial, you can write a review and then write an author's name. And you can get those from your Amazon or from your Facebook or wherever someone left you a good review. If you go back, right here is the footer that I talked about. So this is where you can modify all this stuff right here, right? Show payment icons is these right here. I would keep them. It looks like a legit website with them. Background color you can change. We can put gray or you can put this right here. But usually the bottom, as you can see here, it's not the same. So let's just get this color and then use it right here. Look how nice this looks. The contrast of the colors, beautiful. Language selector, if you're selling only in the US, I would probably remove it, but if you need it, it's there. Currency selector, same thing. This definitely remove it, I would assume, because you're only selling in the US. So this is the content of this section. This is quick links right here. If you click on it, you can change this, something to like customer care, for example, or whatever. And then the footer menu, here you only have search. But then if you want to edit it and add more things, you can click on that. And then you can add to the menu something like, let's see what we have. Products, so all products, and then you can call it our products, for example. So add this. You can add your blog, you can add policies about us. Once you add more pages, you can add whatever you want here. And the main reason for the first part, which I mentioned, which was to learn about Shopify, watch all these YouTube videos, is really to see like, what are people putting right here? What are people putting right there, right? So it looks like they put about the company, so about us, the products, blog, whatever else, terms and conditions, that's important. And then they put some how to contact us information right here. So let's add that actually. Here's a good example for you. So I wasn't sure how to add the contact us. All I had to do was Google it. How to add contact us to footer debut. So make sure to add the theme. And then in the community on Shopify, there's someone who's already solved this problem for you. So if you want to do that, here's a solution for you. The last thing that I would make sure to add, especially as a beginner, this is very easy for you to add. It would be your Instagram feed. So it's a way to add photos from your Instagram, let's say 3 photos by 3 right here. And it's very helpful, especially if you have content on Instagram that's coming from influencers or from just people using the product in general. And it's nice to show on the main page real people using the product. You want customers to come here, see it, and then see that, oh, someone that looks like me is using the product, I'm convinced. Or I can see myself using this product, let's buy it, I want to be like this person who looks like me. So to do that, you'll need to download an app called InstaFeed. And let me show you super quick how to download apps. Let's save and go back to Shopify. On the left, you see apps right here. Once you're in apps, you click on visit the Shopify app store. If you didn't know this, Shopify has apps. So it allows other people to create apps for other people to use. Just anything that can help someone who's building a website. So right here, we'll search for InstaFeed. This is an ad, so that's not it. And InstaFeed, Instagram feed, that's it. That's the one that I use. If you have a better one, feel free to use it. Add the app. So there's a free plan available, and then I think it's like 14 days or something, and then you have to pay for it. It's pretty cheap, but it's worth it. So you install the app, and then right here is where you link your Instagram. So the feed title is what's gonna show up right over it, something like our latest on Instagram. Just so that it makes sense. You can add spacing between the photos or not. You can then decide, do you want to open the photo itself or show the product? Or do you want to open Instagram? Do you want to direct people to your Instagram page? And then number of rows, 1, I have 2. And then number of columns, I think I have like 3 or 4. So make sure to connect your Instagram, of course, and then save it. And then you'll see it update here. So then if we go back to the online store, and then so that we can add it to the store, back to customize. If you add a section right here, scroll down, you'll notice that right here, this is new InstaFeed app, you add it. So if you ever add an app, just expect it to show up here as well. You can change the font of the heading so that it matches whatever font you have, the heading size, the feed width, and that's it. And then you can move it. But again, because I didn't connect my Instagram, it's not gonna show. Just imagine a bunch of photos right here. Actually, just for the sake of the example, it's gonna show up something like this, just a bunch of photos one after the other. Now that we're done with the main page, the home page, what we'll do is modify the product page. So from here, you can either do this and click here, or you can interact with the website as if it's just a regular website. So click on shop now, and then it'll take you right here. And then if you click on the product, this is what you want to modify. So if you don't know how to find what you're looking for from here, just click around in the website and then you'll end up there. So you probably noticed right now that the product page that we created before looks a bit different because we added the header, we added this thing right here, and then we added this on the bottom. So again, the product, the photos, and the descriptions, this is done outside of the store area. And then once you go into the store is when you modify what's around it. So let's see, you can modify the header, you can modify the product page, but not exactly like these right here. So you can show quantity selector. I would probably put it because maybe people want to buy more than one. This is the label, just this quantity. Show vendor, again, this is just a brand name. I would not put it, it's just a waste of space. Show dynamic checkout button. So with or without it, it doesn't really show here, but it adds a button that's like either PayPal or Google Pay or Apple Pay, whatever the user or the customer that lands on the page, whatever they have, it's gonna adapt and then show them what they can pay with. So if you're used to paying with PayPal, it's gonna show you that. If you're used to paying with Apple Pay, it's gonna show you that. Oh, here it is right here. So each customer will see their preferred payment method from those available on your store, such as PayPal or Apple Pay. Show social sharing buttons if you want people to share them. I've never personally shared anything from these buttons, but why not? Media is basically these. So what do you want? Do you want medium size? Do you want small size? Do you want full width? Damn, that's too big. Do you want large? I would put them either large or medium. So let's see what else they have. They have the description, which we have. They have this right here, which we just added. They have an extra description on the bottom, additional information, and reviews. Reviews is a very important one. That's one thing that you need to have before you even start selling. So like as a beginner, this is one of those things that you need. And what I personally did was, let me save. I downloaded an app that took my reviews from Amazon and then put them on the store. So if you go back to Shopify, the app is called Review, let me just search it and show you. Let's go to apps right here. So the app is called Review, R-Y-V-I-U. Again, you just open it, add the app, there's a free plan available, and then you pay for it. And then it takes you here. You can see the reviews. Once you connect with Amazon, it'll be all very easy and simple. And then like I said before, if you want to add it from your online store, all you have to do is add section from the left right here, find review, and then add it to the bottom, not here, but to the bottom of the product page. So then once you've added your reviews and connected it with Amazon, you'll see right here at the bottom of the product page, you'll see a bunch of reviews, and then you'll see the reviews right here with the text, with the names, and with the photos. So that's it for the product description page. It's not bad as a start. What I'm doing now and improving for my own product page is I'm trying to add more description right here. I'm trying to add videos, I'm trying to add photos, and like I said before, just people using the product so that the customer can imagine themselves using the product themselves. But like I said, even without doing these improvements, what I have right now is getting sales. One last thing that I can show you to add to the product description page is something that shows up right here called Trust Badge. So let me show you what that looks like. If you go to the App Store, search Trust Badge, and then this one, Free Trust Badge, if you click on it, let's add the app. And basically that's what it's gonna look like. These things that you've probably seen everywhere, you've shopped online but never really thought about them. This is something that people are used to seeing, and if they see them, it's helpful to get them convinced to buy from your store. Because I've been saying this a lot, but people on Amazon, they trust Amazon. They have their credit cards already in Amazon. I would buy a product from Amazon within seconds of seeing it. But on this website that no one's ever heard of, no one's ever seen before, customers need a bit more to trust you so that they can pull out their credit cards and give you their money. So right here you can, play around with the badges, add badges, move them around, change display settings. You can select the font or whatever. But finally at the end, you just activate the badge and save. So let's take a look at what our site looks like so far. If we preview right here, it looks like a legit site. It looks like someone can land right here, look at all of this, be like, I'm interested. Let's look at this product. Very interesting. Look at the badges. I trust it. Let's add if it's not sold out, and then let's buy and use this product. And then you, cha-ching, get a sale on Shopify. But we're not done yet. We're almost done, not yet. So the next thing I'm gonna show you is how to create an about page. These are things that are important to have for the customers, but also just for having a site in general. And after I show you how to create the about page, I'm really teaching you how to create a page in general. So the other pages that you'd want to create are the ones that you see on the bottom. So about us is what we're going to do now. Terms and conditions is an important one. Let's see other websites. Return policy, refund policy, privacy, FAQ maybe. But you get the idea. Once you know how to do one page, you'll figure out the rest for yourself. It's pretty easy. So back to your Shopify, we'll go to right here on the left, the pages. Add page right here. And this is where you create pages. Let's see what they have on their page. Again, you would just find your competitors, look at 2 to 3 of them, and then see what they have in their About Us page, and then just get inspired from them. Don't copy them, get inspiration. So just the right bamboo right here. And then this is the About Us. Let's see if it copies the photos. Yes, it does. That's cool. So let's center it. And you know this already, but you can play around with all these things, make something bold, make something not bold, whatever you want to do. And then you just save it. Simple as that. And then remember how I showed you the header? You just go back to the online store, customize. You can add it to the header and to the footer. So if we go to header, edit menu, you could have also just from the left right here, go to navigation and then edit whatever you want to edit. Add menu, and now you'll see the About Us that we created. So pages, just the right bamboo, that's the About Us page. And then we'll name it About Us. So if I click on navigation, I can also click on the footer menu and then add it right here. So let's see. About Us, add, just make sure to save. I think I forgot to save earlier. So now as you can see, there's the home, there's a catalog, and then there's About Us. Even catalog, you can change it because catalog sounds a bit ambiguous. So you can edit it and call it products or shop, whatever you want to do to attract your customers to click on that. The next important thing to add is a contact us page. Again, these are things that are important to add even if you're a beginner, if you don't know anything, these are things that you really have to add. And it's the same thing, you go back to pages, but this time it's gonna be even simpler, and let me show you why. Click on pages right here, and then you add a page. Let's call it contact us, and then look right here. Template, click right here, page.contact, and this is just a template from Shopify. Save it. Beautiful. That's why I love using Shopify. They have so many things that are already created for you. You just have to put pieces together and then change the branding and make it look the way you want it to look. So you can click on view page to see what it looks like, and there you go. There's that. And again, just like I showed you, you can add it at the top and at the bottom. Now you know how to do that for yourself. Next thing I want to show you is something called the Fav icon, which is what shows up right here. So instead of having the Shopify bag, which looks very basic and not really trustworthy, you're gonna have something like this. The logo of the company or something like this. So to do that, go back to customizing your store, click on theme settings, click on Fav icon, and then select the image, and it's gonna be a very small image on the top. So let's try this one. So after you save and then you go back to the site, you can see right here, that's what we just added. I would suggest to remove the text part. Let me just show you. Remove this part and just keep this part right here, because usually there's no text on these icons. I think I showed you pretty much all you need to set up your own store. I didn't set up everything. I just showed you how to do it once, and then you can do it again. For example, like About Us, and then all these other pages that you want to add right here. And then it looks pretty professional. The next thing that I want to show you is how to set up shipping and how to set up payments so that customers can actually pay you and you can receive money and make the money. So for the payments, you just have to go to settings right here, and right here click on payments, and then we're going to modify to make sure that people can pay you, as I said. So you click on complete account setup, and from here you put all the information that they need from you. It's pretty simple, straightforward. Same thing with PayPal. Again, you can just click on complete account setup. It'll take you to your PayPal. It's very easy. You just click on a bunch of buttons. And then you go back to settings. Let's go to general right here. And then if you scroll down, you'll see the store currency. Now, because my company is in Canada, or like I'm in Canada, it says Canadian dollars, but if you're selling in the United States, obviously make sure to put US dollars, which is probably on the top. There we go. And right here, metric system, Americans don't know anything about this, so make sure to change it just so that they can understand whatever they're looking at. Again, save, always save. Now the shipping part, again from settings, shipping and delivery. This part is important because I made a mistake of not modifying this before launching the website, and I put the website on our Instagram page. It was live. I didn't expect anyone to buy from it because our Instagram page is not even that big. And then the next week, I think, or the same week, I got a sale and it was from like New Zealand. And I'm like, first of all, who decided to buy from us? How did they find us? Sure, Instagram, but like we barely have any traffic. And then why New Zealand? And then I realized that I can't create a shipment to New Zealand. So what I had to do was buy the product and then send it to them just as if I'm a customer. But that was my mistake. Don't do the same mistake. So you'd go to shipping and you want to limit to only the US, especially if you're only shipping through Amazon, because like I said, they only ship locally. So you can click on manage rate under shipping. And what you'll do is, let's see. So shipping from, you can change whatever your shipping from is. Shipping to Canada, delete it. US, keep it. And then rest of the world, delete it, right? So now you're left with this. And here is where you're going to set it up in a way so that you're matching the prices that Amazon is going to charge you when they ship the product for you. So that's what I mentioned at the beginning of the video. You'll need to connect your store to Amazon and then figure a few things out. I actually made a whole other video talking about this. If you look up Brax Shopify on YouTube, you can find it. But your remaining steps now are to connect Amazon multi-channel fulfillment to your Shopify store. And then you go find your Amazon fulfillment costs. So how much is Amazon charging you to send it to the customer? Create shipping rates on Shopify so that you either make the customer pay for shipping or you put it as free, whatever you want to do. What I've personally done is I've tried different ways. Standard shipping, I either do it free and then I eat the cost of Amazon's shipping, or I add the cost. So let's say Amazon is charging me $5 to ship the product. I would create a shipping rate on Shopify called standard, for example, and then price it at $5, which I'll show you how to do in that next video. And then after that, you'll need to connect your domain to Shopify so that it's not myshopify.whatever.com. And finally, make it live and then start selling. And once you're done with that and you want to learn how to get people to find your website and get them to buy your product, like I mentioned, I'll be showing you in a video how I got a bunch of sales without running paid ads. So if you want to see that and learn it for yourself, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up. It really took a lot of efforts for me to do this. It wasn't easy. And finally, if you want to see all these steps that are still left for you to finalize your store, click right here to see the video that I just mentioned where I show you all these things that you still need to do to finalize it. And once you're there, hopefully you can start selling. So click right here to watch and I'll see you guys there. Peace.